What connected you to clay? I mean, it certainly isn't the money.
No. It started just with, I discovered that when we were students, kept buying things that were made of clay. There was something about the depth and the changeability and the feel of it in our hands. And we started very early buying things made of clay. And because we couldn't afford it, I thought, well, I'll learn how to make it. Clay lets you do just about anything, which means that each of us will work in our own way in clay, even if we've shared a recipe and even if we've shared a method of firing. There's not that same sort of fear that somebody's going to duplicate what you're doing, because it's so hands-on, it's very individual. Most of the time, my designs come from the landscape that I see primarily in the American Southwest. My forms are influenced by Indian pots as opposed to other people who look at the Asian pots or Etruscan pots. Mine happen to be Native American forms that influence my work, but the designs are clearly from the landscape that I've been visiting.
You discovered clay, but then clay really discovered you.
Clay took over me.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, you know I had a different career. It really took over, and in the midst of all of that, it travels through the Southwest and red rocks, and to me, that was like looking at variations of clay and what clay can do. And I'm totally absorbed in red landscape, in changeable landscape, staining of landscape, and it's all clay and natural elements that are involved in clay that I see in landscape. We all seem to speak a language that's universal. It really is. And when you really look at clay and you look at the history of the world comes from what was made in clay. Everybody's understanding of ancient history comes from dug-up pots. That makes working in clay pretty special when you know that it lives forever. In one form or another, it lives forever.